Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. You might remember that the last time I tried to end the video, I was rudely attacked by another freaking master vampire who's the best to kill all my friends. Better sort him. Didn't know I'd be dealing with him. He already killed someone. Good grief. Alright, this is gonna be a problem. Let's get the bow out. Where is it?
Die!
Who did he kill? Let's see who died.
You'll beg me to kill you before I'm done!
He's gonna slaughter him. Unless I can somehow convince him to really focus on
That's the best you can do!
That's more like
Must
it.
be my imagination.
Oh, he's got thralls too.
I've got coals tougher than you.
Oh no, death hounds. Great. Good news is they aren't that strong.
Have mercy on you!
There's hope. I can make sure they don't kill anyone. Alright, I think I managed to save everybody. Huh. Anyway. Now, after I sell all this stuff, I get back to what I wanted to do, which was... Oh wait, I need to reanimate these death hounds. They'll still be here when I come back. But this is just showing you how absurd the random encounter rate in Falkreath is turning out to be. 2 dead, revered dragons,
Let me know if you see
and a
anything you like.
stack of vampire corpses.
Well, take a look.
Just sitting in there. Oh well. Do I not have the axe that the vampire was using?
Steal anything from my...
Maybe I don't. Alright. Usual deal on these death hounds. We'll start with this one here.
I don't like... Look at this.
Duration 90 seconds.
Someone
Love it.
do something! I've been looking for you.
And we got a
Got
courier.
something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
He wants to talk to me because
Let's
I shouted
see
in
here.
town.
I've got a letter
Oh.
and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss.
Who
Looks like that's it.
got killed?
Got to go.
Someone still got killed. Who was it? Oh, Thadgear. Well, I don't like it, but Thadgear didn't matter much, so I'll tolerate it. So I can go ahead and take Letter of Inheritance off of the book list. And I'll read this to you. Travis, in the name of Jarl Siggeir, it is with great regret that we inform you of Thadgeir's death. The deceased has bequeathed unto you a measure of inheritance in the amount of 100 gold pieces. The Jarl's court has levied an amount of 10 gold pieces from the sum, as the lawfully and honorably due tax. The remainder has been commended unto the care of a trusted courier for deliverance. While all of the Jarl's court grieves with you on this day, We rejoice in the knowledge that the deceased was in possession of dear friends and wealth to communicate unto them. May this lawfully bestowed inheritance prove as a reminder of your enduring faith in one another, and of the Jarl's beneficence accorded unto you both. Well, okay. Where is Thadgear's body? I think that's the question. Oh, and here he is. Looks like those motherfuckers killed a chicken, too. Ugh. How annoying. Well, couple things. Thadgear is subject to reanimation. We can do that. Now we need to do the other Death Hound. Then we need to sell off this stuff. And the number of encounters. Heavy armor to 95. Well, can't argue with that. Killed him right in this corner, didn't I? Someone must have grabbed the axe while I wasn't looking. I know he had one.
Feels good. Blades, helmets.
Alright, let's get
Pretty much anything to
Wad,
suit
the
your
steel
needs.
sword and the leather stuff we got from Thadgear, and now,
See me at
finally,
my forge if you need arms or armor.
I can go to my next target. Well, Falkreath is just getting punished with random attacks. Southfringe Sanctum. Here it is. Let's fast travel up there. Now, Southfringe Sanctum is unique. I think it's the only place that has these specific enemies. Southfringe is a coven of spell swords. You might remember the one we killed out here. Now, I explored south and showed you the gates to Cyrodiil, but what I forgot last time I was here is that there's a little more to do here north of the entrance, which we otherwise wouldn't explore. First and foremost, well, not foremost, first, there's a silver ore vein. Let's keep on wandering north. This path is going to dead end rather abruptly. But what we'll find up here is actually pretty handy. There's a chest. And you can see there's some good stuff inside. Copy of the Conjuration Skill Book. Whoa. It's having some trouble. Iron War Axe. You can see the skull right where this person was beheaded. What the hell is going on? Alright, the Warrior's Charge, an old poem of the Red Guards. That time it worked correctly. And here we're overlooking Fort Neugrad, which is where we're headed next. But not right now. Now, really quickly, I need to check on something, because according to UESP, I missed a third moonstone vein up here. Well, let's just go see if that exists, and I can find it. It's supposed to be right up by the second one I found. I don't know how I would have missed it, but it's possible. If not, I'll just pop back down to the Sanctum and we'll head inside. A little unhappy that I was unable to save Thadgear. Oh wow, look how much I wasn't paying attention. There is another moonstone waiting right here. Alright. This lag is ridiculous. It's got no reason to lag. Well, let's just head down. Back to the cave entrance. Anyway, Coven of Spell Swords, which are basically like... They're basically bandits, but they typically have some proficiency in both melee combat and spell casting. It's also a very bugged area. It has its own self-contained miscellaneous quest on top of the miscellaneous Radiant quest we were sent here for. You may remember, we are to find Runil's journal here inside Southfringe Sanctum. So we're here. Apparently she's... Apparently she's hard for me to damage, but she can barely touch me. So we'll take her down. Based on that, I'm really not sure what her level might be, so we're gonna have to try it again. Yeah, I blew past a chest while I was fighting her, so let's not miss that. Now let's see if she's amenable to reanimation or not. She is, what do you know? And she certainly seems like she could take 4 hits of flames. Alright, switch to my sword since I'm out of that. Hitting with shock spells. One-handed to 34, good. Not working on it, but it's still nice to see it improve. Alright, now you see the magic rune up here on this gate. You can trigger them from a distance. I prefer to just hit them and get a little restoration XP in the bargain. Now we can head through, and we immediately have our choice. We can go right up the ramp, which leads to the spell swords and their leader, or we can turn left, which takes us to a den of frostbite spiders. They do loop around together in the back. I'm going to go right first and deal with the spell swords. I'll wait for this gentleman to come to me, so I'd rather fight him by himself, if that's a possibility. Well, he seems to have pulled in one friend, but it's nothing I can't handle. Come on, bro.
What was that?
We murdered him quite convincingly, if I do say so myself. We can go ahead and reanimate. And do the same thing again. Win it, friends. Barely stopped him. Alright, now before we continue up the obvious main path marked with these flags, let's cut to the left. I hear someone mining. Let's go there first. Yes, here's another spell sword. Search him, and I bet we can reanimate him too. Let's find out. Oh, Because there's an enemy on screen, I already got experience. Summoned spell sword just killed for me. Now, let's search Pumpkin. Oh, and it looks like there was something in Pumpkin's cage. Oh, it was just a dead chicken that somebody actually bothered to reanimate. Well, to each their own. I have 11 lockpicks to break, and then we'll open the novice lock on this cage. Had racked up a lot of lockpicks. Alright. Cage open. Although there's nothing of import inside. We will naturally go ahead and reanimate Pumpkin. 3 punches before we switch to flames. Alright. Let's check out on this platform. I saw the spell sword standing here, but doesn't seem to be much going on. Let's go up here where that other one was working. Notice first of all, mysteriously floating urn. It's always positioned there, but that's obviously a bug. Should be obvious anyway. He was mining this silver ore vein. Oh. Let's do that ourselves. By all means. Here's an iron ore vein, which will do the same thing. And we'll keep going over here. We got a pickaxe, corundum ore, leather strips, a steel mace of sapping, a dwarven greatsword, leather boots of lifting, leather strips next to the tent. Carry weight's at 266, which is getting up there, but I think there are only 2 more spell swords to deal with, including the leader. And then we have spiders, but they don't drop anything. Kill this. Search her. Let's heal ourselves. She was working on this alchemy lab, but I don't see anything here. There are platforms up above that main walkway, but I don't see anything on either of them. Well, let's just wait until we have the magicka, and we will reanimate her. Before we go through that gate to where the leader of the spell swords is hiding out. I think that because they've proven so resistant, maybe, because I'm not dealing with resistance. Alright, well, she's gonna start healing. Just gonna have to do this. There we go. Alright, let's heal ourselves up. And then, even though the others have been pretty weak, the boss tends to be pretty strong. So, let's just wait an hour and get our magicka back that way. Alright, let's go through here. Now, you can just go around, but I'm going to open the novice lock gate. Why not? A little bit of lockpicking experience, never hurt anybody. Alright, now let's head down here. The boss's name is Bashnag. He's an orc. See him over here working on the enchanter. No matter, we got it. Let's search him. He has a destruction skill book that we have not read before, titled The Art of War Magic. I'll take a second to read it just as soon as I finish healing. First of all, killing him should have marked the place cleared, and it did, thankfully. So let's get flames back out, because now I think all I should have to deal with are piddly little frostbite spiders, and they're easy. Alright, the Art of War Magic. Destruction to 56. So first I need to take Southfringe Sanctum off my clearable locations list. Then I need to take the Art of War Magic off of my book list, up in the Destruction Skill Book category. And I need to bounce over to my Free Skill Boost list, check in on Destruction. With this one done, there are 4 remaining, 3 skill books and 1 quest. And finally, we can actually read the book. The Art of War Magic by Zurin Arctus, with commentary by other learned masters. Chapter 3, Dispositions. Master Arctus said, 1. The moment to prepare your offense is the moment the enemy becomes vulnerable to attack. Lyros Chael. Knowledge of the enemy mage's mind is of the foremost importance. Once you know his mind, you will know his weaknesses. Said Mar. Master Arctus advised Tiber Septim before the Battle of 5 Bridges not to commit his reserves until the enemy was victorious. Tiber Septim said, if the enemy is already victorious, what use committing the reserve? To which Master Arctus replied, only in victory will the enemy be vulnerable to defeat. Tiber Septim went on to rout an enemy army twice the size of his. 2. The enemy's vulnerability may be his strongest point. Your weakness may enable you to strike the decisive blow. Morandro Ur. In the wars between the Nords and the Chimer, the Nord shamans invariably used their mastery of the winds to call down storms before battle, to confuse and dismay the Chimer warriors. One day, a clever Chimer sorcerer conjured up an ice demon and commanded him to hide in the rocks near the rear of the Chimer army. When the Nords called down the storms as usual, the Chimer warriors began to waver, but the ice demon rose up as the storm struck, and the Chimer turned in fear from what they believed was a Nord demon, and charged into the enemy line, less afraid of the storm than of the demon. The Nords, expecting the Chimer to flee as usual, were caught off guard when the Chimer attacked out of the midst of the storm. The Chimer were victorious that day. 3. When planning a campaign, take account of both the arcane and the mundane. The skillful battle mage ensures that they are in balance. A weight lifted by one hand is heavier than 2 weights lifted by both hands. 4. When the arcane and mundane are in balance, the army will move effortlessly, like a swinging door on well-oiled hinges. When they are out of balance, the army will be like a 3-legged dog, with one leg always dragging in the dust. 5. Thus when the army strikes a blow, it will be like a thunderclap out of a cloudless sky. The best victories are those unforeseen by the enemy, but obvious to everyone afterwards. 6. The skillful battle mage ensures that the enemy is already defeated before the battle begins. A close-fought battle is to be avoided. The fortunes of war may turn aside the most powerful sorcery, and courage may undo the best-laid plans. Instead, win your victory ahead of time. When the enemy knows he is defeated before the battle begins, you may not need to fight. 7. Victory in battle is only the least kind of victory. Victory without battle is the acme of skill. 8. Conserving your power is another key to victory. Putting forth your strength to win a battle is no demonstration of skill. This is what we call tactics, the least form of the art of war magic. Thulidin dir Tharkun. By tactics, Master Arctus includes all the common battle magics. These are only the first steps in an understanding of war magic. Any hedge mage can burn up his enemies with fire. Destroying the enemy is the last resort of the skillful battle mage. 9. The battle is only a leaf on the tree. If a leaf falls, does the tree die? But when a branch is lopped off, the tree is weakened. When the trunk is girdled, the tree is doomed. 10. If you plan your dispositions well, your victories will seem easy and you will win no acclaim. If you plan your dispositions poorly, your victories will seem difficult and your fame will be widespread. Mirandro Sul. Those commonly believed to be the greatest practitioners of war magic are almost always those with the least skill. The true masters are not known to the multitude. Well, there you go. Alright, let's search the boss chest now. Ebony Bow of Terror, not bad. And Runil's Journal. We need to return Runil's Journal to Runil, but before we do, let's read it. I'll go pull it off my book list right quick. Runil's Journal. There it is. 17-second seed. It has been a long time since I've written an entry in this journal. I admit with some embarrassment, then, that when I pulled it down from the shelf, I nearly choked on the dust that flew. There is little to tell, but did suffer another awful nightmare of the war. I suppose this is an affliction common to many who must see the horrors of war firsthand. Writing about it has already helped me to feel better. 19-second seed. Received a letter from Anders in Whiterun. He has invited me to visit, and I intend to accept. It's been a long time since I was in the city. My only fear is the Falmor. I have heard that they and their agents are abroad in Skyrim, rooting out worshippers of Talos. I must be sure to keep a low profile. 28-second seed. Returned from my trip to Whiterun to find very few flowers have bloomed here. The rest of Skyrim is covered in blooms of fiery red and piercing blue, but only a scant few have appeared in or near the town. I'll make it my mission to change that. We could use some flowers to brighten this gloomy place. Perhaps I can get Tikla to help me. 9 mid-year. Spent most of the day consoling Laud, who received news of his cousin Grimsvatter's death. They were quite close as youths, and Laud drank and talked of his childhood memories. It was touching but bittersweet. 22 mid-year. A wandering peddler passed through Falkreath today. I purchased a few sticks of incense from him. He was a nice young Nord lad, following his father's footsteps. I think his name was Valbjorn. A few days later, one of the town guards spied a pack of carrion birds circling near the road. He found young Valbjorn's corpse, victim of a bandit attack. My heart is heavy, and yet I should know better. Life and death, growth and change, the turning of the seasons, these are all aspects of mighty Archay. I should not be so affected by the death of one young man, and yet... 12 sun's height. Travelers pass through town, speaking of the land in the grip of high summer. These are the warmest days of the year in Skyrim, but not in Falkreath. Here all is mist and fog and rain. It is always cool and damp, and the seasons have little meaning. Solaf asked me about this today. He said that in a place of the dead, such as our great cemetery, Arkay's dominion should be absolute. And yet Arkay is also the Lord of Seasons, and this place seems untouched by them. I gave the best answer I could. I explained that Falkreath is indeed a place of great power for Arkay, but he prefers to keep it this way, solemn and grey. Hopefully that was at least partly true, but who can possibly know the mind of a god? 20 sun's height. Dreams of the war again, but this time something different. I was leading a small band of Aldmeri battle mages on a mission deep into the heart of Imperial territory. We had drawn near our target, a supply depot outside of Shadenhall, when the sky suddenly darkened. A great shadow passed over us, and there was a roar so terrible it chilled my blood. Something was flying just overhead, so huge and so dark as to blot out the sun. The dream changed then. I was here in Falkreath performing a service for someone who had just passed away, though I do not recall who. From the corner of my eye, I saw a stranger approaching. I turned to look, but the shadow came again, and the roar, and then I awoke. Now that I reflect on the dream, I cannot help but wonder, was it a dragon? Why would I dream of such a creature when I have never seen one? It seemed so real at the time, but now the memory is fading. What it means, I cannot say. Probably nothing. Alright, let's head down this way. And this is going to take us into the spider area. Where we would have been at first, had we... Oh, there's another spell slot. Kill him, then we'll I was about to say it would be better if he died before getting to the spiders. And he did. Okay. Oh my goodness, another one. Shenanigans. Kill him. Let's back it right up, Skippy. I don't need you aggroing those spiders. And just like that, we're over encumbered. Now I can hear them walking around. But truly, the spiders are all I have to deal with. Not going to be able to wait to reanimate these guys. Not if I stay right here, anyway. Maybe I need to back it up a little bit. I don't even mind not being able to wait. I just need to get out of active combat, then my magicka regen will speed back up. Alright, let's reanimate this guy. I will be pretty excited when Conjuration is maxed, and I don't have to do this anymore. It won't take that long, there are only 3 ranks to go. Oh, he can take flames easy. I don't like it when they run. And I can't tell what makes them do it, the times that they do. There now. That's what I'm talking about. By the time I get back to the other one, I'll probably already have the magicka. These frame rate hiccups are confusing to me. I'm not running anything else. My computer is clean. Like, the only programs I even have installed are Steam, Fraps, Firefox and one game at a time. This is the only game I have installed right now, so who knows what the problem is. Clean of viruses and spyware, I'm sure of that. Down home, boy. Well, let's get in here and fight the spiders. They'll be easy. We have reached the point where spiders really aren't ever a threat. Oh yeah, there's another palisade. I forgot about this little segment. Alright, through this gate, we'll be in the spider cave. And you can see. There's the spider. And he's already dead. Get his venom. Let's kill his little friend. You can see an egg up on the wall there, but there's no good way to get to it. Unless maybe you can get onto this little ramp. I'm not sure about that. I'll try right quick. Couldn't hurt to try. Hey, look. Made it to the eggs. Well, I dropped a little lower than I wanted to. I guess I can reanimate this one first. This one was tougher, so I imagine I can... Let's head back up and reanimate the other one. And then we'll make our way through the tunnels. I'll show you the miscellaneous quest. It's a woman we can rescue from the spiders. She's trapped in there to start out with. This one went down immediately from being set on fire, so we'll have to do 3 punches, and then our single gout of flame. Alright, let's make our way down to that tunnel, which will keep us on our eventual loop out of here. Now here to our left is the woman we need to save. So I'm going to leave her until the exit is clear. Thing about spiders, well, but most of the damage they do to us is from their poison, meaning that we don't really get much of any armor experience from fighting with them. Destruction 57. Alright, big one's down. Search him. 3 other dead ones, assuming I can find my way to their particular corpses. Looks like one of them is directly under the big one. Let me TCL right quick just to see if I can get to it. Where did it go? It might have fallen through the floor. This place isn't really This area isn't exactly known for functional physics. There we go. Let's torch it right quick. Okay. The way out should be clear by now. Let me check underneath. Just to... Yep, that fifth spider corpse is just gone. Must have fallen through the floor and then kept falling. They do that sometimes. What I am not sure about is if I'll be able to hit the little guys the way I need to. Alright, we got our first one. And he actually kind of moved the big fella for me. Well, that's nice. Makes the rest pretty easy. Now, with that, the way out should be clear, so once I deal with all these corpses, I'll go ahead and get our friend there. And we can help her escape. Well, we won't really need to help her either. The bug is that you don't really help her. It's not an escort quest. You tell her the way is clear and she's supposed to leave. She tends not to move. Hopefully we can get around that bug. We'll see. I'm just going to wait 1 hour to get my magicka back for the last one. Operations 98. Oh, 2 ranks to go. Hallelujah. Alright, let's go save our friend now. So I have a subcategory of miscellaneous quests that I have titled dungeon quests, where completing a dungeon kind of necessity will introduce you to the quest and help you complete it. Selveni Nethri.
Please cut me down.
There's a spider egg behind her.
Get me out of that. Bashnag's coven chased me out and left me for dead down here.
I'm gonna take her stuff, except her Staff of Ice Storms, which
Nobody lasts too long with the spiders.
has a 0% success chance.
Please, will you help me get out of here? If the coast is clear, I'll make a break for it. I'm feeling better, but Bashnag's curse won't wear off for weeks.
New objective, help Selveni Nethri escape the cave.
All right, then.
Okay, no one-liners. Coven? What do you mean?
Bashnag's circle of mages. Well, they live here. They made it pretty clear that I'm no longer welcome.
Bashnag is dead.
He is. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Perhaps it's for the better.
How are you holding up?
I won't be myself for some time. I just need to get out of here and recover.
Tell me more about the Coven.
These are no dainty college mages. Bashnag has the skill of a magister and the mind of a warlord. This is a dangerous bunch. They're good company. If you want to study necromancy in peace, though.
You're a necromancer?
I am, and I don't want to hear your moral judgments about it either. I wouldn't have had to study in secret in the old days. I'm feeling better. But they're good company. If you want
Why
to
were
study
you in
necromancy,
Riften?
my daughter was sent to the orphanage there when I stood accused of illegal necromancy. I had no choice, run or die. I joined with Bashnag then, but I thought of Savella every day, so I snuck off hoping to find and steal away with her. Only she was gone, shipped away to another orphanage or adopted, or... I didn't know what else to do, so I came back, hoping nobody noticed I left. I won't be myself for some time.
So as you can see,
I just need
her
to get
dialogue
out
is
of here
obviously
undercover.
bugged, missing pieces in loops it shouldn't be. Can you make it out of here?
Bashnag cursed me. I can't cast a spell to save my life right now. I'll have to wait until the way out is safe.
The way out is clear. Good luck.
Thank you. When I find my daughter, it will be thanks to you.
Oh, she's moving. Good. Alright, well, let's just follow her out. Nothing else in this place. You can kind of see what they were trying to do, but this is just one of those dungeons that never quite got polished. Oh yes, and even if she does move from her start point, she tends to camp at the entrance and never quite actually leave. She should be out by now, so I'm assuming that's what she's doing. We'll see when we get to the entrance. Oh, nope, she made it. So with that, we have completed the Southfringe Sanctum miscellaneous quest. It's titled The Savior of Selveni Nethri in the creation kit, so that one's done. Excellent. And here we are, right back at the fork. Just need to make our way out, get on the horse, offload, and call it good. Although, as our experience last video proved, sometimes that's more easily said than done. Oh. I guess somehow the last spider ended up around here. And no, Salvini wasn't fighting him. We would have burnt him out since she actually lost. Well, I don't know how he ended up there. Doesn't really seem to jive with physics, but I'm just glad I got to take his venom and reanimate him after all. Only 2 conjuration ranks to go. Always, especially at this phase, when everything's taking so long and I'm in the upper levels, always feels so good to max out a skill. Because things start moving faster. Unless it's one of my primaries, I never have to use it again, and Conjuration is not. When I have my druthers, when I have my endgame gear, and everything's maxed, I'm just playing the way I like to play, I'll primarily be a sneaky archer. Oh, it did the forward jump. I was like, where the hell? Well, we don't have anything stolen, and we don't have anything to drop off, so although it is imperative that we check Lucia's chest, I'm going to go to Falkreath first. I don't believe I'm 7 hours away, though. I might be... Oh, I forgot. Get on the horse. That's right, you cannot fast travel while over encumbered. Well, excuse me. There are those dragon corpses again. 6:29 a.m. Well, at least we shouldn't have to deal with any vampires. We'll spam Mage Light until it's after 8, and we'll go inside and visit Solo.
Don't go setting the place on fire, okay?
Give a holler.
Well met. Oh, a bit of
All
this
right.
and a bit of that.
He doesn't have either of the last two things I need. That's okay. Let's just start selling stuff. No surprise, you can't afford the ebony bow of terror. Actually got some pretty good stuff in there. I don't think I quite processed it, but I did. Three. Do I have any zero value stuff? Why, yes. A few things. Alright.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll
Now,
regret it.
unfortunately, we have to reset him. This lag is still going on. I gotta fix
What do you think you're doing?
I'll work on that between this
Yeah,
video and the
looking for
next.
Oh,
But,
a bit
of
of
course,
this and a bit of that.
I worked on it before this video because it had been happening, and I still have no idea what the problem actually is. Staff of Fear. Have to sell below value. $46, $34, $22. Two. One. Do I have anything worth one? Oh yeah, I did.
Be seeing you, stranger.
Let's reset it again. And we can
What do you
sell
need,
the
Take a
Staff
look.
of Fear, which will take all his gold in one go. But now we're done with weapons.
Until next time. Until next time.
Help! I'm being
Can I get... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Oh, down to apparel. 44. 15. 5. 1. Done.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is going on with the lag? It's making me angry, folks.
What do you think you're doing?
Looking for some
Because it has
trinkets,
no
odds and
reason to
ends.
happen.
That sort of thing.
As far as I know, my computer is completely clean. 286. 29. 9. 5. 3. And back to 0.
Until next time.
We set him again. Merciless, I know.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you need? Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Alright, apparel's cleared out. Potions are done. Books are done.
Until next time.
Down to just miscellaneous.
What do you think you're doing?
Trinkets, odds and ends. That sort of thing.
Four.
Until next time.
Alright, this... I think this is the last one.
Help! I'm being
Need something? Trinkets, odds and ends. That sort of thing.
Yep, we're done
Alright
with
then.
him. Now we need to go find Runil and return his journal to him. That assumes the game didn't just completely freeze. Oh good, it didn't. Had me worried for a moment, I must admit. He must be inside Dead Man's Drink, because I have a compass pointer there. Alright, good. Let's give it to him.
War is not new to
I have your
Southfringe.
journal.
Thank you. It's a collection of regrets that I try not to forget. Here, I promised you this.
1,500 gold. Completed. Return Runil's journal to Runil.
Life is far too short, my friend.
That completes the iteration of dungeon delving for Runil. Alright. Next, I'm going to head to Lakeview Manor to check on Lucia's chest and probably, knowing my luck, deal with another random encounter. Bandits, giant, wolves, who knows. Seems like there's always something. Maybe even a friggin' dragon. It just seems like the encounter rate in Fall Creek has been abnormally and annoyingly high. Let's check on Lucia's chest. And then we've got one last little thing to do. Make our way up to the next location. You know the way I like to do that.
Papa, you're home. Did you get me a present?
What would you like?
I'd really like a dolly. Or maybe a pretty new dress?
Where would I get that?
Well, I heard there's a really nice tailor's in Solitude. And maybe the Kajisal dolls. They always have the best toys.
Not this time.
Aww.
Sorry, everything I'm carrying at the moment is essential for me.
Papa!
Alright. Let's fast travel back to Southfringe, and I'll show you the way to our next spot, Fort Neugrad. Now remember that oddball bandit attack in the last video. I suspect that those guys were the staff of Fort Neugrad. Somehow got transplanted over to Bloodlet Throne. If that is the case, we'll be able to confirm it soon enough. Now, you saw Fort Neugrad next to that decapitated skeleton with the copy of the Warrior's Charge, but we were overlooking it. That is not actually the road that leads to it. For that, we need to head back up to the main road we deviated from to reach Southfringe. Need to turn back west, back towards Bloodlet Throne, and watch for the road to pass through the mountains to the north. It basically just cuts a little switchback. It's not too far or anything. There's a snowberry I missed. You can spawn a random encounter along the road. You can also see a dragon burial mound up there. I would rather neither of those, but, you know, the way things have been going, I'll probably get one. And that's really okay. Alright, this isn't the road, I just wanted to show you the burial mound. We actually need to go even farther back west in order to link up with that switchback. You can see it here. This is the road we came up. God. This is the road we came up that leads back to Bloodlet Throne. We'll turn this way instead. Jesus Christ. No. Oh, thank God, it's just a clone. If he had attacked, I would have been so mad. Alright. Here's the pass I was talking about. North through to the other side of this mountain range. Snowberries along the way, there typically are. And suddenly, the road's better maintained. Let's just keep on going. You can see Fort Neugrad up ahead now. I'm just going to get there and get it on the map. Now here, you can see where the road heads north back towards Skyrim, and actually, you'll notice we've discovered that place. Where are we? Holy crap, we have almost looped back to Helgen. And in fact, we're going to do that, because things have certainly changed there since the game's tutorial. But we have a couple of stops in between. The first one is right here, Fort Neugrad. Now, of course, don't want to clear it. I just want to get my horse on the scene so that I can clear the place out easily in a bit. First, Fort Neugrad has been discovered. I'm going to make note of that, and then I'm immediately going to fast travel to it, just so my horse is here. Now it looks like it is still staffed with bandits, so that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Skyrim. We've cleared out Southfringe Sanctum. Next time, we're going to tackle Fort Neugrad. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.